right here on .is. We've just seen 33-year-old Modcel ascend. Hello, all of my fabulous people, and how are we all doing today? I hope that we are all doing very, very, very well, and that you are ready to do some cringing. Yes, so today is the day that we are going to take a little deep dive, a little one, because boy, this thing has content for years, into the incel.is world. I figured that since there was some drama that I talked about going on with the website, it would only make sense that we go and make fun of it. Yeah, that's what we're doing today. I'm not even going to pretend. We are going to go and we are going to tear up the incel.is website. So without further ado, I'm going to roll that intro as we know, and then we are going to get right into the cringe. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you all the Incels.is involuntary celibate website. Yes, they have forums, they have a blog, they even have their own incel wiki. And it says, welcome. This is a forum for involuntary celibates, people who lack a significant other, although it's a little bit more than that, which we'll get into. Are you lonely and wish you had someone in your life? Why does it sound like a fucking dating ad now? You're not alone. Join our forum and talk to people just like you. And of course, they have rules and facts, which I find hilarious. So as you can see, it says, welcome. This is a forum for male involuntary celibates, single men who have trouble finding a significant other. And then it says, incel allowed. A man, 18 plus, who desires a romantic relationship but is unable to enter one. Women and LGBT individuals, not allowed. And on site, no exceptions. This is a heterosexual, male-only forum. Just calm down, dude. Non-incel, also not allowed. Interested in black pill philosophy, the community has voted not to allow non-incels. Under 18s, not allowed, thank God. Forum accepts only those who are 18 plus. No exceptions aside from those grandfathered, which I hope that all of them are of age now, because boy, you definitely don't want your kids on this thing. And then one of the funny things that I think is, it says here, honestly, because I'm not going to sit here and just read through all the rules and stuff to you. That would be boring as fuck. But it says, do not discuss or request personal romantic or sexual experiences, even if they happened long ago. Discussion of paid sex, though, that's allowed as an exception, as the community has voted to allow it. So I guess if you have a genuine sexual experience, you're not allowed to share it, but if you pay for a hooker, then that's fine. And one of the other rules that they have is do not humble brag, such as by suddenly praising your own features. I'm an incel even though I'm muscular and 6'2". This makes me laugh, guys. This here is the incel wiki, and I just wanted to come over here. Don't worry, we are going to deep dive this in the future, because I think we need to go over the whole definition of how they define incel before we continue on. It's only fair. What is an incel? Incel is an academic sociological term that is short for involuntary celibate or involuntary celibacy, also called inceldom. A whole kingdom of them, guys. An adverse life circumstance. Analogy many incels often find elucidating would be comparing the state of lifelong inceldom to other common adverse life circumstances such as poverty. The incels are not poor, damn it! Inceldom was recognized in academia as a sociological phenomenon in the landmark Donnelly study published in 2001. Many further peer-reviewed academic papers have since been written portraying involuntary celibacy as a mostly adverse life circumstance rather than exclusively describing a specific internet subculture. But we don't care about any of that right now. We just want to dive into this internet subculture. I have found a couple of really great posts that we are going to read through. So this is your trigger warning, since I'm told that I have to give those out now, even though I specifically don't need one, but whatever. This is going to get real. I'm just warning you now that if you do not want to laugh your ass right off, it will fall off of your body at these people, then maybe don't watch this video, okay? I really have to babysit my audience. And where do we want to go? Let's start off with the inceldom discussion. Now, this one was posted up as serious because this is some very serious business, okay? Can't escape your fate. Post it. If you still want a girlfriend, you're not truly black-pilled. And of course, he's a proud misogynist. It says so right on his profile. And what he wants to share with the world is, it confuses me to the highest order how someone can take the black pill and still cry about not being able to get a girlfriend. A girlfriend can only offer you sex or female validation. So if you want a girlfriend, you either want one of those things or both of them. If any of you want sex, just pay a prostitute. And as we read, that's allowed. You're allowed to brag about that. Otherwise, you're just chasing female validation, which is absolutely retarded for 2 reasons. I know, everyone's gonna get mad at me for saying the R word. Here's the thing, I'm disabled and I'm also retarded, so if you don't mind, I would like to read the word and the post as it is. Number 1, no Foid will ever love you. Even if you're a Chad, Foids won't value the man himself, only his looks. If he loses his looks, he immediately takes back all the validation she gave him. So why would you give a shit about validation from Foids when it depends on stuff that you can't control? It's absolutely retarded. It's like receiving credit for an assignment you didn't even do. You get nothing out of it because you didn't do anything to deserve it. Number 2, females are weaker than us, less intelligent than us, and less attractive than us. If you remove makeup and male hormones from the equation. Are there a lot of females that have a lot of male hormones that need to be removed? So why the fuck would you give a single shit about validation from the gender that's inferior to you in every way? That's like a Homo sapien validation from a Homo erectus. It's backwards and makes no sense. This forum should be disgusted by on the idea of relationships, female validation, the idea of ascending. Yet all I see in here is blue-pilled cocks crying about not having a girlfriend. It's retarded blue-pill faggotry. And I thought we were supposed to be past this nonsense after taking the black pill. Please don't take any more black pills. I'm scared you're gonna OD. Hire a prostitute and fuck that whore if you have sexual urges. But other than that, you shouldn't need a Foid for anything else. And you definitely don't need a girlfriend. Rant over. I'm gonna start blocking you blue-pilled cucks whenever I see you from now on. Yeah, lots of girls approach me for wanting to be my girlfriend, but I always have to reject them because I'm black-pilled. Yeah, their nature is not like in the movies. It's truly disappointing. That's why I cope with anime. White pill. It's true. Women can't love a man. Their love is so opportunistic. And women are extremely self-absorbed. If only it was possible to take your libido out. Doesn't work like that, though. And you could cut off your penis, but I don't suggest doing so. As long as women can't love men, men shouldn't love these whores back. I want a girlfriend that's a young virgin. Sex with a prostitute is just masturbation. I seek intimacy from an untouched femoid, not some random used-up whore. Based. I kinda disagree, but I see where you're coming from. I will forever want a toilet who will spend their life loving me as I would them. It ain't possible for me. It's over. My fellow mods need to understand, if you aren't completely traumatized from women like I am, there is a good possibility we might have another Sarge situation. And for those that don't know what that is, again, I did a video on it just a couple days ago, so please do go check that out.
I no longer desire a girlfriend because nearly 30 years has shown me it is futile. To expect younger men to abandon what is a biological urge and calling it retarded is a whole lot of cope and delusion.
People here don't want the average modern whore as a girlfriend. They want their idealized version of one that was realistic enough decades ago. No, that innocent virgin void doesn't exist anymore. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't lament the fact that they don't. This topic must be posted here 1,000 times a day. Fucking base thread. I agree 100%. I want a girlfriend, to be honest. Woo! Yeah! Yeah, that's right. Just pay a prostitute. Do it. And then come brag on the site. It's allowed. The problem is humans are driven by cold logic. A relationship may be a state of delusion, but a pleasant one. We seek validation. That is bonding hormones like oxytocin. This thread is making me want to go take an Oxycontin. That was a joke, okay? Anyway, that's all I could take of that one. So the site is very, very worried that people that are modding for it or that are on the site actually want a girlfriend, especially since one of the main mods just got one. It's causing a lot of problems still. This thread is called "Ascending is a Vicious and Destructive Cope." And of course, this is under theory, and it was posted by Incel K-Tech Human. And he's a veteran on the site, which means that he's been an incel for a very long time. And for those who are maybe unfamiliar with this world, I don't know how I became so familiar with it, please send help. De-incelization, which is another word for ascending. They also call it de-incelification and ascension, and it means escaping inceldom, typically by forming a reciprocal romantic bond with someone, usually a woman, because as we know, they're all homophobic. It is the direct opposite and antonym of incelization, which is apparently also a thing. If de-incelization is attempted by a true cell, it is viewed as a delusional belief, usually a cope, held by some first decilers that they can escape inceldom. It is possible, on the other hand, for high-tier incels, which I guess they call near cells, to ascend if they looks max or improve themselves in some other way. So, I mean, I guess it's good to know that they're all about self-improvement. But most of them believe that once you hit your 30s or 40s, you cannot do this. And also, it says in incel communities, men lose social status by ascending. So, I guess you would need to know all that before we go read this post. What is the logic behind ascending but the brutal reaffirmation of our misery? We incels live in a constant state of identitarian inadequacy. Our ethos is negative and reactive. It is sustained on the basis of not having sexual success. We are accused of nihilists, but most of us are simply delusional cynics, which is existentially faking an incredibly pathetic way of being. We construct this normatively inclined hierarchy by assuming that our world would be better if we had sex. We ascend. It is not hard to accept the world as it is, not entertain stupid platonic concept of another world. The same logic applies to all the what ifs behind our insecurities. What if I had a prominent maxillary structure and a 9-inch cock? This is essentially cowardice for the purpose of satisfying our resentful and misogynistic fantasies about being a pathetic loser, myself included. At least he included himself, gotta give him that. Nothing is going to save you if you keep this normatively oriented spirit of establishing a world there and a world here. Christians were the historical experts behind this vicious mechanism. I invite you to renounce this metaphysical type of thinking and accept the world as it is. The logic of ascendance is self-destructive. Yeah? Once you go black,
go back.
I stopped caring about ascension recently. Even if a ugly land whale offered you a chance to ascend, it would fix the problems we have living in a matriarchy, and expecting loyalty from even the lowest woman is impossible from even the highest man. I reject this cruel, twisted world, and I only move forward with the hope of making it worse for the other, especially Foids.
I hate them damn Foids. I get your point, but please stop writing in that awful pseudo-intellectual way.
The concept of ascending makes no sense as a black-pilled incel. It's too late for us. To be honest, I'd rather stay incel forever and continue to spend time online with my bro cells rather than having a girlfriend. Maybe you could be gay. I'm just saying, maybe just go check it out. Okay if you are, nothing wrong with it. I disagree. It does provoke an interesting discussion. I just think the concept is unavoidable because that glimmer of hope is annoyingly always there. My thoughts exactly. I am a fatal pessimist. Is there a logic of ascendance? If not, there is instead a misconstrued belief that is innately irrational in that it extrapolates the perceived serendipity of those enlivened by sexual intimacy. More fatties greater than a more proper, but I cannot elaborate beyond prejudiced rhetoric. It'll be able to tag this person and then this is all they came here to say. I'm very disappointed there, green man. Then we have a little bit of an argument that's kind of fun. So, as we read above, this person says that they get the point, but, stop writing it like that. So this person here responds, but do you, though? Summarize his point for us if you would be so kind.
I believe his point is that holding out hope for a better life is not only pointless, but causing you more pain. Similar to the Buddhist idea of removing any desires from your life so you don't feel the pain and longing when you don't achieve them.
Good effort. He's essentially saying that ascension is a cope that we've created for ourselves as a way to escape facing brutal reality, and that this is inherently cowardly. I'm glad that they all explain it to each other. That's good. I think your point is bullshit. Here's an analogy. Let's say you're about to die of thirst and hunger in the desert. You dream about drinking water every day, and that thought keeps you going. One day you reach an oasis and you finally drink some water. Sure, you might not feel amazing for the rest of your life, but you're now able to focus on other things in life and don't feel like dying every day. That sounds like an ascension to me. Incels just sit around all day feeling like they're dying, wishing for a girlfriend? Jesus. Completely disagree. If I met someone and there was mutual attraction, I would go there for a chance to have a better, happier, and more fulfilled life. That's what normal people do. That's what happy people do. Just apparently not what incels do, I guess. Fucking somebody isn't apostasy, and the black pill isn't a religion. It's a coherent theory of human behavior that explains a hell of a lot of what we see and live with every day. And that's all it is. I went to university with 5 other boys who I would have considered true cells than myself, to be honest. Fast forward almost 20 years, and 3 of them have ascended that I know of, and have whole lives. Whole entire lives. Not just half lives, whole lives. Right here on .is, we've just seen 33-year-old mod cell ascend. You guys all flipped out over it, remember? And here we have in brackets. I have my doubts about how that particular relationship is going to last. What are a 19-year-old and a 33-year-old going to talk about? How can she possibly relate to his decades of inceldom? Will she still be into him in a couple of years when she's grown and matured some more? Will she still want to be with a 40-year-old man when she's 25? But at least he has leveled up and got points on the board now. I can't imagine how that feels, knowing that actually you can do it, and actually you are good enough for somebody at least. Gaining that knowledge about yourself after a lifetime of nothing but rejection must be like leveling up in a video game. We've seen that unicorns do exist and miracles of this type do happen. This is getting very poetic. The black pill is a way of understanding social life and having realistic expectations. It's not a reason to turn your back on opportunities. My 2C, which I'm assuming is 2 cents.
I'm too low IQ to understand.
I don't know why the fuck he was a lamb, but anyway. Based as fuck. Incel activism is the way to go. Embrace void and take some coffee. All we can do is contemplate hopelessness while wearing a sad and complacent smile.
Ascending as a low-value man is not worth it because if you are lucky, you can only get a trash woman who will treat you as trash. I'm sure many men fuck virtually anything so they could get away from the adult virgin stigma. Still, these are all presumptions because I didn't ascend.
I was a little mad about that, I'm just saying. You aren't wrong. I got so caught up in the illusion of ascension, and when reality set in, I fell hard. Why do the shittiest threads always get pinned? Slayer, this was you, wasn't it? Basically, this is what I thought too. If you keep thinking about something and you want that something so bad because not only you want it, but also need it to survive, then having that thing will ease your life in all aspects, whether that something has a meaning or not. You can't just live all your life sad and look at others and be like, oh well, that's life, I'll accept it as it is. Yes, you can. Evidently, there are useless stats that assert the relation between a long life and companionship, but there are countless examples, historical and biographical, of individuals that had no need for it. I don't get your point. How do I fight my basic instinct to fuck and feel loved by somebody without becoming bitter, sad old man? What you're saying is live the monk style, but that's not for everyone, especially when you didn't do that from your childhood. You're already integrated into society. It's how society behaves. You can't simply forget everything you've seen and learned in modern society because you are oppressed. Are incels oppressed? Is that what we're going with now, guys? This response might sound cruel, but you just do it. You know, like Nike. We incels already live in the moral outskirts of society. What is stopping us from embracing other forms of radicalism? Our integration in society is mostly from below. We are using incel.is after all. At least this person seems semi-self-aware. Just do it isn't enough. If you can't provide a solution, then might as well not say anything at all. At the end of the day, there is no incel movement, no incel party, no incel ideology, no incel leader by any means. Even Cubsarge, who was a mod, as soon as he got a girlfriend, left without a second thought. Whether you like it or not, you need to integrate into the society you are in. Prosper and enjoy even the simplest things. The issue, although menial and fairly pathetic, is that the logic of ascending derives from the same sex having system that we dislike. Unless you think there is always a possibility. What's the point of the black pill then? Probably not be an incel and accept that your incelness is rather conditional. Basically, interpreting inceldom as a temporary stage of your life you'll eventually overcome. But now you simply hate yourself. Being a virgin makes us abnormal, and the solution, according to the logic of ascending, is to become normal. Ironically, you are abiding by the same rules that destroyed you. I am fairly comfortable in my inhumanity, abnormality. This person's like, listen, I'm gonna be an incel forever and I'm fucking proud of it. If some bitch comes and tries to get with me, I'll say no twice. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a quick little dive into Incels.is, the involuntary celibate website. As you can see, it's content that just keeps on giving, so make sure that you give this a like, share it, and subscribe if you want me to read through more, and I will. I will abuse myself with these posts just to make some comedy for all of you. So, yeah, as you can see, the incels still hate all women. They are still very homophobic. A lot of them are very racist as well, I've noticed. And I guess since this Cumsarge thing has happened, they are sort of rethinking this whole ascension thing. Is ascension a goal that they should have? Make being an incel just a temporary state like they talked about, and it is actually causing an existential crisis in incel. I guess they are a movement, religion, whatever they want to call themselves. Community. That's what we'll call them. Incel community. So it will be interesting again to see where this all goes, and will it change their community forever, their inceldom kingdom. Again, make sure that you do all of them YouTube things. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching and for cringing with me, because boy, did I ever want to jump out of my skin when I was reading some of that. And no matter where you are, what you're doing, I hope that you all have a fabulous rest of your day. Take care, and I'm gonna see you all very, very soon with another one. Mwah! Bye! Are you lonely and wish you had someone in your life? Why does it sound like a fucking dating ad now? Woo! Yeah! Yeah, that's right. Just pay a prostitute. Do it. And then come brag on the site. It's allowed.
Even if a ugly land whale offered you a chance to ascend, it would fix the problems we have.
But you just do it. You know, like Nike. Based.